In this video we are going to be looking at some of the Jasper.ai alternatives that you can use to create copy for your blog posts, articles or any types of written content that you use online. We will have a look over some of these alternatives while we will also look into the pricing structure of some of them to decide if they will be a good fit for you depending on your budget and your overall needs for creating content for your business. So if you're not familiar with the Jasper.ai platform, it used to be previously known as Jarvis, and before that it was also known as conversion.ai. So it's gone through multiple changes in recent years, but with each iteration there has been a number of updates and features that have been added. So essentially it's an all-in-one tool that caters for all your content and written content needs. Jasper is a platform that allows you to create and auto-generate written content, anything from the likes of blog posts, paragraphs and articles, even to headlines and keyword ideas, even for titles for say your YouTube videos or blog posts. So inside you get access to a number of different useful tools and scripts and unique features that can help you to speed up your process when you're creating content. So you can jump into any of these type of features, even into the long form assistant. You can use the tools and features inside of Jasper to generate content for you. So it's literally as simple as just copying and pasting a unique phrase into the document and clicking compose, and it will auto generate paragraphs for you. So each of these tools in question will do this, but they all offer their own alternatives which we will dive into. So when you look at the pricing of Jasper, now they have gone through multiple changes in the last while. So it starts off at $29 a month for a minimum of 20,000 words and up to $99 a month for a minimum of 100,000 words. Now before, when it was known as Jarvis, you used to have unlimited words per month for $99, so they have changed that. Primarily in a lot of ways, even though the tool does work and it is very valuable for what it offers, but you're not getting the same bang for your buck as you would have gotten previously, as now it will cost you a lot more per month depending on the amount of words that you're writing. Now if you're writing as a professional copywriter, or if you do writing for a living, or you do it as a side hustle, you will need to be able to generate more words over time, depending on the amount of content and articles that you're writing. So this in itself can scale up and it can get very expensive per month. So it's just something to be mindful. And the same goes for with the likes of the starter package. It starts off on $29 a month up until you hit 50,000 words, and then it goes up to $49 a month up until you hit 50,000 words, and then it just keeps going up and up depending on the amount of words that you're looking to create. So it can get very expensive very quickly. So you just need to be mindful of that, because the platform is very good, but it is very expensive. So another alternative to that would be Copy.ai. Again, I'll leave links to all of these platforms in the description so that you can go and check them out. And essentially this is a very similar site to Jasper.ai. It allows you to create copy for the likes of ad copy for Facebook ads, LinkedIn ads, Google ads. You can create posts for social media, website copy, blog content, even generate content for the likes of your e-commerce sales pages and stores, even as far as creating written copy for emails. So when you look at the pricing on Copy.ai, yes, they do have a free plan, but at the same time it's extremely limited to what it offers. It doesn't really tell you how many words you can write essentially per month. It always goes by primarily like a credit system. So generally, depending on the amount of credits you have, it determines how many words you can write before you have to upgrade. It generally starts off in the pro plan at $49 a month, but if you pay annually it drastically decreases, but it still pays out one particular bill which is up to about $420. Now it is a massive saving, but for a lot of people it still can get quite expensive, especially if you're on a budget. But again, it's still another good alternative, especially if you don't have the funds compared to the Jasper.ai platform. Another platform you can also look into is by the name of Frase, and Frase allows you to help create optimized SEO content in only a few clicks. And like the other previous platforms, it allows you to create well written copy and it will generate it in a way that it'll be optimized for your sales pitches, sales copy, YouTube video descriptions, your blog posts. You can even create detailed lists, content briefs. Even if you're doing various kind of step-by-step tutorials and bullet points, you can create individual breakdowns of different segments in the lists as well as they're generated. So when you look at the pricing, it starts off at just under $20 a month, and you do get a saving if you pay for it annually, and the same goes for the other plans. Now it is a bit more expensive compared to some of the other platforms, but it is a lot cheaper cheaper per month if you go for the standard plans compared to likes of Jasper. Now it wouldn't have the same amount of features that Jasper has, that's the only thing, but it really all depends on your own wants and needs depending on the type of content that you're creating. Another platform you can also check out would be called Writesonic. You can get started with the platform on a free account, and like the previous platforms, it also allows you to generate copy, anything from articles to digital ad copy, website copy, e-commerce, sales pitches, and it's very simple to use, and it's great for the likes of generating copy for social media posts. And in this platform they do have more options in terms of the pricing structure, so you can start off with a free trial where you can generate a certain amount of words per month, but just know that it is going to be extremely limited, and you can opt in for the basic for $15 per month, which allows you to generate up to 50,000 words, which is good for the price point. Again, it all depends on how much you're writing. Like if you're writing like say 5,000 word articles per month, this will be enough for you to get started with that. But then eventually if you're writing more, and if you're doing it on a more long-term basis, you might want to opt in for the more professional and upgraded tier packages. Now again, these can also get quite expensive over time, but if you're making enough money from your side hustles or your jobs or from the content that you're creating itself, a lot of these pricing tiers will pay for themselves because you can just add them into your own expenditure. Another platform you can look at is Copysmith.ai, and like the previous platforms, it also has its own unique set of tools and features that helps you to generate copy very quickly. It has access to tons of different templates for blog articles, product descriptions, advertisements, even has additional features like campaign builders, bulk content generation, integrations, and in terms of the pricing, it's fairly reasonable for what it does offer. So it starts off at $19 per month, but then it moves up to professional for $59 per month. Now it does give you access to be able to write more and generate more words, but it is still fairly limited compared to other platforms in terms of what's possible. But you could opt into the enterprise price where you could generally get more, but they're generally more expensive, but that's only really if you're running a business where you have multiple people working creating copy on a daily basis. So if you decide to pay yearly, you can pay less, but it's still quite an expensive alternative, especially if you're on a budget. Next up we have Anyword, and Anyword is another useful platform that does generate really good written copy and has access to some really unique features and tools that are available. I have done previous reviews and videos on Anyword. I'll make sure to drop links down to a playlist in the description with those videos so that you can also go and check them out. But recently it has gone through some big changes, so you can get access to a free platform, which before you couldn't do. You only had access to say a 7-day or a 14-day trial. So when the trial period was up, then you couldn't use it anymore. But now they're giving you access to a free account that you can use per month, and it's great to use it to get started. However, it only allows you to generate up to only 1,000 words per month, which is grand when you're just starting off, but when you want to start scaling things up, you're going to be extremely limited with this. And then you can opt into the other pricing tiers, but again, when you compare it to other platforms for say that are only charging you $19 a month or $29 a month, with Anyword they're charging you almost double for the same amount of features and the same amount of access to all the tools and even the amount of words that you can produce. Like in most cases, when you compare it to the likes of Writesonic, for $15 a month you can generate up to 50,000 words, whereas with Anyword it's costing you $80 a month and you don't even get the same amount of words, to only get 30,000 words, so you're getting 20,000 words less for almost 3 times the amount of money that you have to pay. That in itself, in my opinion, isn't really a good alternative. Now it'll work depending on who is looking for it and depending on the type of work that you're creating, but the likes of this may not be for everybody. You may be better going with a cheaper alternative if that's your route. But again, this here, it has changed an awful lot over the last couple of months, but as a result the price has gotten extremely expensive. Next up is another very useful platform, and it's quite a popular platform by the name of Rytr, and you can find it over at Rytr.me. And this here is another great platform that allows you to generate content. It has some really useful tools and features inside, and it's very user friendly. It has access to a lot of really cool features, and it can generate anything from likes of blog post content to YouTube descriptions, titles, and it can even write based off a specific tone that you set, whether you want it to be kind of like convincing, like if you're writing a sales pitch, whether you want it to be witty or even throw in a bit of sarcasm. It can write content based off those preferences. It can really think about what it is that you're wanting to get done, which is a pretty cool feature. But one of the best ideas behind Rytr, unlike the previous platforms mentioned, it's also the best value for money in terms of monthly subscriptions overall, because here you can generate characters like with a free plan compared to the likes of Anyword where you only get 1,000 words per month. But Rytr, with a free plan, you can generate up to 5,000 words, which is perfect for getting started, and you can write in up to at least 30 languages with access to 20 different tones, and it does have its own built-in plagiarism checker so that you know that you won't have to be worrying about getting in trouble for copying other people's content. So this would be perfect to get started. But then if you want to opt in, if you're doing more writing, but even at that, if you're doing it more of a kind of like a side hustle, or if you're doing it part-time, you can opt into the $9 per month plan, which does allow you to generate up to 50,000 characters, and it does give you access to some more features. But what's cool about this is that you can also pay like yearly. So if you decide to pay yearly for this plan here, you can get 2 months free, and it only costs you $90 a month, which is really good value for money. And then if you want to opt into the unlimited plan, which you won't have to worry about having the restrictions of generating characters per month, it works out only $29 a month, which again is a massive saving compared to all of these other platforms. Now they're all good in their own right, but you're not going to get the same value for money as you're going to get with Rytr, and Rytr can do pretty much everything that all of these platforms can do. So this here would be probably the best alternative, especially if you are looking to get started but you are limited in terms of how much you could pay a month, especially if you're on a budget. Rytr is probably the best alternative for you compared to all of the ones that I've mentioned so far. But if you're really stuck and you're starting out, another really good platform which I have done a previous video on is also by the name of Nichesss, and you can get access to Nichesss for a limited one-time purchase fee of $59 over on the AppSumo website. Again, I'll leave a link down to that in the description. You can go and get it if you want. And the best thing about this is that once you buy into the one-time fee offer, you have it for life. You don't have to pay any subscriptions. Now, it's not as advanced compared to some of the other tools that I've mentioned here, but it can do pretty much everything that all of these other titles can do. And it does have access, as you can see here, to a ton of different features and tools inside. So you can create, funnily enough, descriptions for AppSumo products. If you're selling products on AppSumo, you can do like blog list item templates, conclusion templates, post generators, title generators, even business name generators, book titles, book descriptions. You can rewrite and repurpose content. You can generate different types of dialogue. It even allows you to create email subject headlines and content copy for your emails and your newsletters. You can even generate questions and answers based off of feedback you get from people's queries and initial feedback. So if people are looking for any answers, you can generate FAQ forums and unique preferences using this tool. There is a lot of really cool features on offer here. Now, depending on the type of content that you're writing or you're generating, you may not use a lot of these different things, but there's enough different angles here that you can use, that you can focus on something specific. Like for instance, me personally, I do write a lot of questions or answers on Quora. I like to do a lot of writing on Quora. So the likes of this here tool will be perfect for helping me to generate content ideas or how to answer specific questions, especially say if I'm stuck with trying to figure out what to get started with writing, or I hit a writer's block where I can't think of an idea or be able to process an idea. I can just jump in and use this tool and copy and paste some of the text that I've written in the article, and this here will generate an alternative for me that I can use, and then I can tweak it then to suit my own. So you'll never really feel like you're getting stuck with being able to write stuff. Plus you can generate content for the likes of Reddit and use other SEO preferences, titles, tags, keywords and the like. And it also does give you the ability, if you're creating a YouTube channel like myself, it allows you to auto generate descriptions, it generates keywords for video titles, generates content for the opening lines as video titles, tags, keywords, and especially the opening 2 or 3 lines on your description are the most valuable preferences for your YouTube videos getting ranked. So all these tools here will help you to do that. It also allows you to generate content for video outlines if you're stuck for ideas, even ideas for like keywords or for titles. If you're stuck and you're looking for ways, or you're looking for your next video concept idea, you can use this tool to be able to generate all that. And again, you can get it for a one-time fee, so you never have to worry about paying another penny compared to all of these other platforms as I've mentioned in the video. So it'd be a really good alternative. And especially if you're on a very low or extreme budget and you're looking to get started with copywriting, Nichesss might be a good alternative for you as well. So again, I'll leave a link below in the description so that you can go and jump on that if you want to. But here we've had a look at some of the very unique platforms that you can utilize. Each of them have their own preferences and they are all very good for what they do offer. The only thing that I would personally be against is the fact is that the pricing on some of them is very, very, very expensive. And if you are on an extreme budget, especially if you're a beginner and you're only new to starting out. Personally, like Jasper, I'll be honest, I do use Jasper myself. I am currently using it, but there are cheaper alternatives out there because Jasper for me is quick and it's easy and it does do what I need it to do. But if you genuinely are stuck for creating content and you don't have enough financial funds to be able to pay $99 per month, or even for talk's sake even $239 per month, the likes of Writesonic, Rytr and Nichesss would be your best alternative. And Nichesss would be a good option also because of the fact that you don't have to pay any monthly fees, so you can save a ton of money by doing that. Now it won't have the advanced features as say Jasper has, but it's perfect enough to get you started. And all you need really these platforms for is to generate ideas, because the thing is with all of these platforms, as I'm going to mention, is even though yes they are very, very simple to use and they do help you to generate a lot of content, the thing is if you're writing a blog post or an article, you're never really going to be able to just copy and paste what's written or what's composed and just paste it into your descriptions or your blog posts or feeds. You're still going to have to take time to tweak all of the content available. You're still going to have to change out certain words. You're still going to have to tweak it to suit your own preferences to make it look unique to you and what you're presenting and what you're promoting. So it's never going to be a 100% simple copy and paste affair. You're still going to have to do some level of work in order to make it your own, because you don't want it to come across as being like you're trying to just copy someone else's content, because that's all it will look like. The only way for you to stand out is to make your content original. Tools like this here are only going to make your life easier, but they're not the solution to the overall problem. These will just give you a helping hand in order to speed up your processes. That's all they're really there for. But again, depending on your own uses and your own preferences, you can have a look at all of them, see which ones you think, and if you do have the budget to opt into some of them depending on the tools, and if you do like them, you can try them out. In most cases, most of them do have a free trial so that you can just get started and just get a feel for the platform. But if they're not for you, you can always try out some of these other alternatives. There's plenty of them there that you can use. And again, if you're not on a budget, likes of Rytr, Writesonic and Nichesss would be your best alternatives to get started with if you're really struggling with being able to pay any sort of monthly fees. So you can have a look at them and see what you think. So what do you think of this list? Do you find any value with the type of content that's provided here? Do you think that some of these tools may be useful to you in your content creation journey or to develop your online business further? Be sure to share your thoughts of these platforms in the comments below. And if you have found this video to be useful and you'd like to see more content like this where I do look at other useful tools and features that you can use to create content and to scale up your business to the next level, then drop a like, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell to be updated when future videos are released. And also feel free to check out this playlist here on screen of other useful tools and features that you can also use to help you scale up your business even further. So be sure to check them out and I will see you all over in the next one.